Hello and welcome to Hungerford Town versus Chippenham Town in the Vanarama National League South. My name's Jamie Oleszynski. You are listening to Chip Town FC on MixLR. The National League South game here between Hungerford and Chippenham Town takes place at Pulpit Lane with a 3,034 capacity. So far this season, Hungerford have averaged 440 in the National League. Chippenham Town will be looking to bounce back here after their Boxing Day defeat to local rivals Bath. Hungerford did not have a game over Boxing Day as it was their bye week. So Chippenham Town will be looking for revengeance as they also prepare for Bath City later on in the week. So I'll read you through the teams for this evening. For Chippenham Town, number 1, Will Henry. Number 4, Spencer Hamilton. Number 5, Kieran Parcell and captain. Number 6, Will Richards. Number 7, Alfie Santos. Number 8, Callum Gunner. Number 9, Harry Parsons. Number 13, Joe Hanks. Number 16, Ricky Aguiar. Number 17, Ethan Hill. And number 19, Luke Russ. And on the bench for Chippenham this afternoon, we have number 2, Will King. Number 3, Abdul Rasak. Number 14, Harrison Lee. Number 18, it's Olawal. And goalkeeper on the bench is Kyle Cook. And making way was Olawal and Alex Bray, who was injured, as the players here all take the knee in their fight against racial injustice. We need to kick it out of football. And we're underway here at Pulpit Lane as it's sent forward and on towards the head of Kieran Parcell, who knocks it down. Luke Ross has got time to think about what he do, so he heads it forward, but it's cleared up into the air by the number 22, Matt Berry-Hargreaves. Kieran Parcell then sends it forward, looking towards the head of Callum Gunn, who knocks it down. Here's George Smith, is clattered almost into next week there by Ricky Aguiar, who's wearing the number 16 shirt today instead of his normal number 11, which is not being used today. I'm not sure why, but Aguiar wears the number 16 shirt. And his Swindon Town loanee and friend Harry Parsons back up front wearing his number 9. They're both recovered from their illness, which put them out of the game against Hemel Hempstead. There's going to be the ball forward from Matt Jones. Knocks it, clips it long, but it's all the way short. Will Richards doesn't get a head on it and leaves it for Will Henry, who's going to send it long. It's towards Santos potentially, but he loses out the header to Curtis Angel. Good header there from Joe Hanks, who knocks it down. Callum Gunner gets his head on there. Santos looks to flick it forward, but Luke Russ wasn't. He was never going to get to that, really. He's out of position and wasn't running for it, and it runs all the way through. It's Hungerford Town number 1, Luke Kearney in goal. It was directed towards Luke Russ in front of me, but he couldn't quite get there, and it was Berry-Hargreaves, who just about got there. Ethan Hill, number 17, Chippenham Town Youth Academy player who's injured in recent weeks, but it's really made a first-team foul. Throws it into Santos, there was 2 hands in the back of Alfie Santos, but the referee's not going to ever give that. As here's Ryan Seeger's bundled over there by Joe Hanks. He did probably win the ball, but he also went through the back of the former Southampton player, Ryan Seeger, top goal scorer for Hungerford this season with, I believe, 13 goals in the National League South. Chippenham, on comparison, their top goal scorer is Ricky Aguiar, and he added to his tally against Bath, getting 5. It was an absolutely peach of a free kick. I stood just behind the goal when it went, and you might have seen our new angle from the GoPro in the goal as well. It looked sensational as George Smith sends the ball into the box, but again it's won by Will Richards. He's been doing a lot of that in this game. Parcells there now, and Chippenham have a free kick potentially. No, Chippenham given away the free kick as Will Richards seems to come with clatter there through Jake Evans. And it's going to be a free kick around 40-50 yards out of goal. It's going to be a deep one to be swung into the box. He's not going to think about an effort. No, they've actually taken it quickly. Here's Andrew Smith now in a dangerous position. He's going to drive at Spencer Hamilton. He's past him. Is he going to go to get past Ricky Aguiar? But he runs it out. Andrew Smith runs out of room and completely just runs it out for a goal kick for Will Henry to take. Aguiar and Spencer Hamilton there were both beaten by the run of Andrew Smith, who needs to be kind of stopped really today, as Danny Robertson in front of me barks out towards his Hungerford players as Luke Kenny takes that kick, but it falls over in the process. And after well one there by Joe Hanks, who knocks it back towards Gunner, but it's intercepted there. Gunner's long driven ball looked to be towards Harry Parsons, but it was intercepted by Hungerford players. Seeger lays this off. Here's Andrew Smith now, and that's a really strong challenge there by Ethan Hill. Andrew Smith only really had him in the ball until it was going in the goal. Here's Matt Jones. He's going to draw a low shot, and it's shot by Ryan Seeger. Did that hit a hand? The referee's not given anything, I don't think. I think that was Ryan Seeger who hit that. It might have come off of the chest of either Luke Russ or Spencer Hamilton who hit that. I think it was a bit too close to be given a handball, but you've certainly seen them given at this level before. But the referee does not opt for a penalty and opts for a corner kick for Hungerford instead. It's going to be an in-swinger from Jake Evans to swing this in. There's a lot of tall Hungerford players in the box. Probably Keith Emerson's going to be favourite to win this. Ryan Seeger stood just in front of Will Henry as the ball goes into the box, but it's too deep. Emerson is there, but it's all the way right in the other corner of the area now. Plays it short. That's a good turn from Aguiar and sets it up towards Santos, who waits for the ball and can only just get there. He's brought to ground, but the referee thinks no foul. Bokowi tries to lay it off. Here's Aguiar now. Is he going to opt for the 1-2 with Parsons as it was George Smith there, looked to take the legs of Ricky Aguiar, but the referee played the advantage as Aguiar was able to send the ball back towards Ethan Hill, who laid it off to Kieran Parsons. It's going to be Aguiar to take, right-footed, going to send this ball in. Almost every Chippenham player in the box apart from Russ, Hamilton and Hill. Aguiar sends this in, right-footed, towards that far post, but Bokowi's there and it's cleared away by the head of Angel. As Aguiar misses it, Luke Russ is then pushed, but the referee waves play on. George Smith wins that header up now towards Jake Evans. But Hamilton's there to clear it, absolutely sends the ball down. As Rusby's missed the ball there, and Parsons might have an opportunity. Is this sent out and Parsons can't quite get there as Keith Emerson was there. So the ball's long. Parcell sends it long up towards Ricky Aguiar, who can't quite get there. Barry Hargreaves sends the ball up again. Good header down there by Callum Gunner. Parsons now knocks it off. Good touch by Alfie Santos. Does really well to find room. Aguiar's into the back post here for Chippenham Town! But the ball just goes wide there. Aguiar with a really big chance for Chippenham there. It was a lovely ball by Alfie Santos, who found the Swindon Town player in all the space in the world. And he just had to take that first time before Luke Kenny came up to meet him. And the ball agonisingly just went past the post. What a chance for Chippenham. What a chance for Ricky Aguiar to get his 6th goal for Chippenham Town. And Angel also then heads it down, and Parcell sends it long again. Good touch by Alfie Santos, who brings inside and lays off Ricky Aguiar now. Aguiar's going to drive at Barry Hargreaves, who's going to go for an effort as well, and it's nearly spilled there by Kenny. The bobble of the pitch really put Kenny off. It would have been a comfortable save, and Kenny just dropped it but managed to hold it before Luke Ross would have tapped in for what would have been his 2nd Chippenham Town goal. That's a really good move there from Matt Jones, who gets past Joe Hanks, and Jones sends a low ball in, but Will Richards is there and takes 2 bites of the cherry to clear it towards Joe Hanks. As his Aguiar now is potentially fouled there. The referee waves play on as Ricky Aguiar and another Hungerford player are down. As it's number 3, Curtis Angel. Curtis Angel and Ricky Aguiar are both down injured. Angel looks really hurt. He was banging the turf in agony. Aguiar's back up to his feet. He seems to be fine, but from what it looks like there is Aguiar with sides to the floor, but not with enough conviction to deem a foul, said the referee. And Aguiar was stumbling, so I believe maybe stamped on Angle, and the referee's given a free kick to Hungerford. I'm not sure what on earth has happened there, why the referee's given that for you lot. Does anyone know the year in which Hungerford Town were founded? I've got the answer within my notes, and does anyone know? If you know what it is, don't Google it, don't cheat. Just if you know what it is, or have a little bit of a potluck guess. As Curtis Angel makes his way off the pitch, and there's a round of applause from all sides here at the Bullpit Lane. As he's sat up in the stretcher, so I think it might seem to be a bit of an ankle injury. As he's being taken away by a number of physios. And it's going to be former Chippenham Town player Reece Tyler. Many of you remember him for his season and a half stint under both Mike Cook and Mark Collier. The number 23, so it's right back for a right back change. And it's going to be Matt Jones to take this corner, I believe. It's either going to be Matt Jones or Jake Evans if they eventually turn their shirt around to reveal their shirt number, which is Matt Jones. It's going to be an out-swinging corner. He seems to be their corner taker. This will be Andrew Smith. Is all over the goalkeeper, but Luke Ross is there to do something. Andrew Smith is in an awkward position here. This ball comes into the box. It's well held there by Will Henry. Henry sends it forward towards Parsons, who holds it up well. He's going to drive here. at George Smith. Lovely ball. Here's Alfie Santos now as he makes his way in towards the penalty area. He's running at Reece Tyler. Here goes Alfie Santos. Goes for an effort, but the ball's just over the bar. He tried to evade the body of both Barry Hargreaves and Reece Tyler there and tried to get it past the goalkeeper, but put a little bit too much air on that ball and it just sails over the bar and in, hits a couple of Chippenham fans in the back of the head as it rebounded off the matchday bar behind the goal. It was a good opportunity there. Santos, a bit more conviction, maybe he'd be able to find the net, but all the big chances in this game falling on the way off the Bluebirds, luckily. 5 or so minutes we've had. Parcell shepherded away from Seeger and Will Richards launches the ball forward. Parsons there is being fouled by Barry Hargreaves, sorry. And here's Santos now, still with the ball, but he's challenged there by George Smith again. Richards brings Seeger to the ground, but the referee doesn't give that one. Here's Joe Hanks. Plays it to his friend Spencer Hamilton, sends the ball forward, but Keith Emerson chests that down confidently almost on the edge of his own penalty area. Here's Mbokwe. Back towards James Rudsby. Been at the club since 2014, James Rudsby and his club captain, one of the longest serving players, or the longest serving players there. As Jake Evans there fouls Will Richards by just coming across him and pushing him to the floor. A couple of Hungerford fans around me in the same stand as I'm currently sat in doesn't think that's a foul, but you've got to give that. Will Richards is off balance entirely there and it's almost pushed into the back too. And Will Henry's going to have a throw in as my team sheet for today. It flies across the media pen for Hungerford. Both got trademark long throw-ins and one of them comes down now from Rusby. It's won well by Gunner, nodded down. Here's Luke Russ who plays a ball over the top towards Harry Parsons who can't quite get there and Rusby gets there instead. And Mbokwe and Hamilton are going to challenge. Brave in from Spencer Hamilton. And Joe Hanks shepherds the ball back towards Will Richards who takes the touch inside towards Hamilton. Here's Richards again. Nice little ball towards Gunner who lets it run for Santos. Is Alfie Santos going to deliver a ball in? He does. Aguiar there. Luke Russ is almost there at the far post. Lays it off towards Aguiar. Back towards Luke Russ. He's in a dangerous opportunity. And it's in the back of the net. It's Chippenham number 19, Luke Russ, there with his second goal of the season. Not only is this his second goal of the season, but his second goal for the club. He's been an absolute poacher for Chippenham this season. And the number of Chippenham Town fans behind the goal have gone to celebrate with the number 19. It's a really well-worked goal. Aguiar, Santos and Russ all combining. And it ends up with number 19, Luke Russ, firing the ball past Luke Kenny. Chippenham Town 1, Hungerford Town 0 here at Bullpit Arena. And the man who so often has been labelled as the man in the engine room for Chippenham Town, playing a bit more forward today due to Spencer Hamilton returning. But Luke Russ getting a rapture of applause from their director sat in front of me, and he's really deserved that. He's been my player of the season so far and has popped up with a beautiful goal whenever needed. It's his second of the season. I spoke to him just before the Dartford game, actually, before our first commentary, and he said he was happy to score. And he's bagged another. On towards the head of Nanakie, but played away by Joe Hanks. And Rusby opts not to go for a throw in this time as he delivers the ball in right-footed. It's a brave header away. And here's number 14. It's Jake Evans on the edge of the box. It's challenged by Aguiar and now by Russ. But here is Keith Emerson on the right-hand side. He goes back towards Jake Evans, who lofts the ball in towards the box, but it's a strong header away by Will Richards. And it's cannoned ball in towards the area. Oh, and I'm not sure who hit that. I think it was number 11, Matt Jones, who managed to strike that. It was absolutely looping, and Will Henry couldn't really see what it was going with it, so just had to take all the precautions possible and push it over the bar. But closest Hungerford have come in this half. And yes, Jake Evans to take a corner. Good save though by Will Henry, keeping Chippenham in this game still. If you're just joining us, it's Chippenham Town 1, Hungerford 0. Luke Ross popping up with his second goal for the club. Jake Evans now with this corner. Delivers the ball in. Will Henry's being, I think, fouled there as he's down on the floor, but he's back up to his feet. And it's going to be Jake Evans who delivers this in it at the second attempt. Balls into the box, headed away by Luke Russ. No, by Will Richards allegedly. And now here is Luke Russ challenging Nanakie. Nanakie plays the ball in, but it's a good block again by Luke Russ. And it's cleared there away by Ethan Hill. And it's another throw in, another corner rather, for Hungerford Town. As finally some semblance of life and atmosphere comes into Bullpit Lane rather. As Hungerford know they need to get behind their club, so if they want to see anything more than a point coming to Bullpit Lane. Jake Evans ball in towards that back post. It's headed away well there by Will Richards, as there's a free kick given for Chippenham at the end of it, after I believe it was Luke Russ was thrown to the floor by, I'm not sure who, one of the Hungerford players. And we've just seen a tweet come through from Ben Pritchard at Chiptown FC. Hungerford were founded in 1886 or 1888. And I'll have to give you that one because the correct answer is 1886. So thank you very much for playing the little game. And it's going to be Ben Pritchard. Oh, it's Harry Parsons is in for Chippenham Town. Is he going to get a second? Yes, he does! Harry Parsons with his 4th goal of the season. And Chippenham Town have doubled their lead here at the ball pit. 20 minutes ago, Chippenham Town 2, Hungerford 0. Harry Parsons with yet another goal for Chippenham. It was a clumsy mistake in the Hungerford defence which allowed Harry Parsons to just absolutely pounce on that ball, and he calmly slotted it home to the bottom corner. Chippenham Town 2, Hungerford Town 0. Again, it's that link-up between the two Swindon Town loanees of Harry Parsons and Ricky Aguiar. So deadly they were against Dorking, and so deadly they were here at the ball pit lane. And Chippenham have doubled their lead, and the number of directors around us clapping towards the players as we know this is going to be a hard-fought victory. But it is not over. It is not over. There are 25 or probably 22 minutes left to go in this match, any added time. Chippenham still have 3 substitutes to call on from the relatively youthful bench. Kind words, Aaron. Really does mean a lot. Here's McGorry, goes home towards Rusby, who then finds Luke Kearney all the way back in his green kit today. Ball forward, out towards Nanakie, who heads it and manages to keep the ball in play as Hamilton now heads it down the line towards Santos, who tries to shepherd the ball towards Ricky Aguiar. Really good challenge there by Alfie Santos, and Harry Parsons got the right side of his man. Harry Parsons for Chippenham Town. It's 3-0. Chippenham running riot here at Hungerford. Harry Parsons has got his 2nd of the day. Alfie Santos with yet another piece of absolute magic to send his Hungerford counterpart to the shops and back. Harry Parsons yet again proves why he is an absolutely lethal striker at this level. He now draws level with Ricky Aguiar for 5 goals apiece this season, and the 15 or 20 or 30 Chippenham Town fans in front of and behind the goal all go and celebrate with their number 9 Chippenham Town. Harry Parsons, as funnily enough, the media pen here has just seen Bath City manager Jerry Gill, obviously, who we play on Monday, makes his way away, as he's been sat almost with us for this half. He says goodbye to Neil Thornbury. Neil Blackmore, I'll get that right this time, apologies. Neil Blackmore to say goodbye to. Really, Harry Parsons is getting a rapture of cheers from the Chippenham Town goal, as yet again the Bluebirds running riot away from home. Our away from home form has been supreme. I think it should have been a goal kick. They believed it should have been a corner kick, but I don't think that's really going to make much of a change in this game. Will Henry's going to have another goal kick, certainly right to run down the clock, and I think there's probably around 30 seconds left in this match for anything to happen. I can see the referee looking at his whistle. He's got the whistle in his mouth. Anyway, so as soon as Will Henry sends his ball forward, it's going to be full time, is it? As that is full time here at the ball pit lane. And the section of Chippenham fans behind the goal and the section of directors in front of us all celebrate the Chippenham players who have won out 3-0 victors here. Mike Cook and Danny Robinson give themselves a handshake to celebrate. They have a nice little deep conversation as well. Chippenham Town 3-0 victors. Started with Luke Ross in the 54th minute, who found himself with lots of time to slot past Luke Kearney, and then of course it was Harry Parsons to fire absolutely lethally past Luke Kearney twice in succession to send Chippenham Town home back to Wiltshire with 3 points. It's 3 goals and 3 points. It's a clean sheet. It's the perfect reaction to losing to their rivals on Boxing Day, and they're back to winning ways. Hungerford, however, losing 2 games on the bounce here at the ball pit lane. There's a number of Hungerford players don't even go towards to celebrate with their fans. They're heading straight down the tunnel as they look absolutely embarrassed. And they were played off of the park, I think, by Chippenham today. Not really. Ryan Seeger, the man who has been so lethal this season for Hungerford, with 15 goals in the league, was absolutely kept quiet by Will Richards, Will Henry, Kieran Parcell, Spencer Hamilton and co. As you might be able to hear down the line now, a number of the fans, the probably 40 or 50 Chippenham fans that have made the trip towards Hungerford today, are getting a really big salute from the Chippenham players, as they've deserved this so much. And that's a really nice thing to see after there was a lot of negativity surrounding Chippenham Town after the Boxing Day defeat, but it's nice to see the happiness coming back. I've seen this message. Thanks for the great commentary from Chip 54. Great service as always for those who cannot go away. We're also always more than happy to provide it. And Smithy CTFC, well played today. Hopefully we can take this form into Sunday. Come on, boys. I really hope we can, because Bath City, they proved tricky opposition at Hardnewich Park, but for some reason, as Chippenham Town fans will know, we prefer the away grounds. We've only lost once away from home.